Hey everybody, so I'm gonna go ahead and go through a quick tutorial on how to begin a basic hip hop beat on FL Studio 12. And I really like this program. It's really simple, easy to use, and so you can really hit the ground running and make some really cool music. So to begin, just gonna go really quickly right here, what we have in front of us called the channel rack. And right now it's set up to pattern 1, and in this channel rack, that's where we have our sounds, that's where we put our samples. And every time that you open a new file on FL Studio, you'll get these standard kick, clap, hat, snare sounds, and that's just testing it out. Right now how I'm getting sound output is through the keyboard. Actually, it's a really nice feature on the FL Studio. You can really use it like if it was a synthesizer or a regular piano keyboard. But to begin, we're just gonna kind of look for some cool sounds that we'd like to use for our hip hop song. Now I'm gonna go into the program's packs folder, and it's located over here on the left hand side of the browser columns. Just for now, we're gonna go ahead and use this 808 kick, and then we're just gonna look for a few more things real quick. Just a snare. You usually want to start your hip hop beats with just a kick and snare, and add more sounds as you go along, like a hi-hat or more cymbals. And you look for something somewhat different. Oh, this will do for now. And right here we have these 4 bars or 4 measures that the music will loop with if you press the space bar. Now I'm gonna start adding some of these, filling in some of these squares to get the sense of a beat that we want. Now another thing to keep in mind is that when you're making hip hop, you're gonna look at these BPMs. This BPM right here for hip hop, you're usually looking like at 95. So I'm gonna go ahead and press the space bar again, and it's gonna be looping my track. Right now I just have the kick there. Usually for hip hop, the sequence would be kick snare, kick snare. Usually you start off your snares right here at the first red squares, and as you can see right now we have something looping. Now usually have a little offset kick on a hip hop beat, so we'll probably get rid of that one. I right clicked to get rid of the square and to fill it in again with the left click. So we have something going, something developing right now. But we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into a hi-hat. Let's find a quick hi-hat. Maybe an open one and a closed one. I like this closed one, and then maybe this open. Let's stick with this one for now. Another way to add a sound is not only hovering over one of the old sounds to take over the sample, but you could also just drag it onto right underneath the previous sample, and it'll become a new channel in the channel rack. So we're gonna press the space bar again and start looping our beat again. And we could either start filling in these hi-hats manually like this, or you could also right click and then you would select fill each 2 gaps or fill each 2 steps, and then that'll do it real fast for us. Another thing we might want to add is this open hi-hat, maybe right here. I'm liking that right there. That's sounding cool. And if I want my measures to go maybe, let's say, twice the length, we would just drag the pattern this way and start filling in these ghost squares. As you fill them in, they'll start to activate, just to add a little more length to our beat here. Okay, that was the hi-hat. I'm trying to do the snare. There we go. Maybe add a little more variation just to give it a bit more dynamic. Adding another one there. And now do the 2-step again here. Fill it all the way. And it's sounding pretty good. It's sounding pretty good what we have so far. We're gonna keep on looping the track and add another sound. Now what I did here is that plus marker here. And what it does is that if you left click there, it'll prompt you to the plugins that are available standard FL Studio 12. There's a lot of cool ones, but we won't go into detail just too much for now. We're just gonna go straight into maybe a Harmer. And Harmer is really nice. It has a really cool modern sound to it. You can find some really good basses, and if you test out your keys, the only thing about Harmer is that it's really loud from the beginning, so you're going to want to turn it down. And the way you test it out is you just hit your keyboard keys to find some melodies, maybe something you want to add. Usually you want to use minor keys when you're working with hip hop because the minor keys really give it a nice sound. We're gonna try to find a decent bass here. Let's just keep it simple for now. Maybe an analog bass. I like that. It's got a pretty cool sound and a lot of sub. So let's try to add a melody to this beat. As we have this beat looping, we're gonna go ahead and try to come up with a melody using the keys. That's a little too happy. Maybe I like those 3 keys right there. But maybe I want to do it like a little offset. I'm doing everything real time, by the way. You know, just pause it real fast. Now, one thing that I'm gonna do to there's many ways you can add a melody to your beat, but a real fast way to do it is just by hitting record and using either a MIDI controller keyboard or the keyboard on your computer to come up with the melody. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna record melody and edit it in another part of this channel rack, which is called the piano roll. So let's do it. Okay, and as you can see, as soon as I press the space bar, it already got saved into this thing. What this thing is going into detail is called the piano roll, and right here you can really edit things to the T where you want it. So right now I'm gonna right click to erase it, left click so it's right on the line so it makes sense, and then I'm gonna do the same thing for all of these. Right click then left click to have it in the right timing. I like that. Maybe I'll add another one of these here. And as you can see, the piano roll is pretty cool. And there you have it, you know, just a real quick hip hop track with a bass line to it. You can freestyle to this. You could even add some more hi-hats here and there. So thanks for watching.